Hey guys, it's Katie here with Life the Mundane. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to have you join us. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday on making the most of the little moments in homeschooling, home management, parenting, and everything in between. So if those are topics that interest you, I would love if you would take a quick second and subscribe to my channel and make sure to click the little bell icon next to it so you can be notified when new videos come out. Today, we're going to be talking about garage sailing with kids. How can you do it? I hear a lot of moms that say, I love to garage sale and get good deals, especially on kid gear, but how do you do it when you have a lot of kids or either really young kids to cart around? So today I'm going to share a few of my tips. I'm going to take you kind of on a video tour of how we did it the other day, and hopefully it will be helpful for you guys. So let's get started. Sailing with kids, I promise, is possible, and there are ways that you can make the experience a little bit more pleasant for you and your children. And today I'm going to kind of show you kind of what we do when we go garage sailing with our kids. I will say, you may not be able to go for as long of stints as you used to go. You may be able to go in the past for a whole weekend with your friends and go garage sailing all day long, and that's just probably not going to happen. But I promise you, you can still get good deals by going out and just doing it a little bit more strategically. So let's get started with some of the tips. I'll always start out with a quick and easy breakfast. A lot of deals are best snagged in the morning, and you're probably not going to hit the first rush, but I find that going out earlier in the morning is better for my kids because then we're back in plenty of time for nap and lunch. If you get stuck running around during nap and lunchtime, it gets a little hairy, so try to plan earlier in the morning. Nothing insane or crazy, but I shoot to be out the door no later than 8 so that I can be back around noon and get them food and stuff. So we do that. We always do like just bagels or muffins or something super easy like that, and even something that can possibly just go in the car with us. And that's always a great idea. We also take time to lay out the rules with our kids. I always sit down and talk to them about what they can expect. They know the rules. We've done this before, but we always go over, we're going to stay buddied up. We're going to stay close to mom. If you want to go see something for the older ones that's further away, then you can ask special permission, but otherwise you're going to stay right next to mom. We explain that we have whatever money mom has allotted for you for this time, and that's all we have. So if it's out of our budget, we're not even going to ask. We are, if it's close, we might ask if we can haggle a little bit. I'm teaching them the art of that. But they know that they're not allowed to ask for something that's above that price point. We also talk about vetoing. In general, I want my kids to learn to make discerning purchase decisions. I want them to think about, is this something that's worth this price? Is it in good shape? Where is it going to go when we get home? I want them to think through those things. But sometimes we're in a situation where I can't talk all that through with them in the moment. Maybe it's just kind of chaotic in that moment, or we need to leave quickly, or other times it's been that the people who are doing the garage sale are like right on top of you. I hate that. Anyways, we had one situation where a kid was just trying to constantly sell to my kids, and he was like, you should buy this, you should buy this, how much money do you have, let me pick out what you need. And it was just a situation where we needed to leave. So I always tell my kids, if mom says no, then no questions asked. 0 questions asked, just yes ma'am, and let's go. Then when we get in the car, I will usually walk them through that purchase and maybe why I decided that wasn't the best purchase. Ideally, I do that in the moment, but if I can't, doing it afterwards is a great option to teach them your thought process so that they're not just frustrated and upset and don't understand what's going on. Another thing is we do give our kids money for garage sales. Now, sometimes I make them work for it. I'll say, hey guys, we're gonna go garage sailing on Saturday. If you get all your schoolwork done, we're gonna go garage sailing on Saturday. And so I'm out opening up opportunities to earn extra money by doing extra chores. So sometimes they'll do extra chores and they'll work up their garage sale money. Occasionally I'll say, okay, here's $1, here's $1.50, something like that. This is your garage sale money. You can put in whatever else you have saved up. from allowance or doing extra chores, but everyone's going to start with a baseline, which is what I did in this situation this week when we went. I have ones that are learning how to use money for the first time, so kind of walking through remembering what each kind of coin is worth is always really, really helpful. And then we also go over a place to put that money. Mom's not going to be the keeper of your money. I have way too much to hold already. So we just do a Ziploc bag with each person's initial on it. And that's their responsibility to keep track of. If they set their bag down at a garage sale and we leave it there, I'm sorry, guys. Better luck next time. It's part of learning responsibility, and I want them to take ownership of that. So we do just put them in a Ziploc bag, and they're in charge of holding it. Now, the exception to that is my 2-year-old. She's starting to get some money because she wants to pick out toys when we're there, and we are holding that for her. But you get the idea. So I want them to take ownership of their purchases. I want them to take ownership of their money, giving them a purpose. We explain that we might go shopping, and we might not get anything. We might go shopping and your brother and your sister might get something and you don't get anything. That's just part of the fun of the hunt. They can save that garage sale money for future garage sales. They can put it back in their savings. They can use it for spending. I don't care. Once I give them that money, it's theirs. And so I have one child that loves to go out and find something really inexpensive. Let's say I give him $1 and he loves to find something for $0.25 and then he's going to take the rest of it and stash it away. And this is how he makes his money. He's my little money guru here. So things like that they have the freedom with and they know that in advance. We also go through with our kids and we make sure that we talk about it as we're going to and from. We don't whine, we don't ask, things like that. I want to talk about situations as much as I can. It's just a really good idea to walk through those scenarios with them and to help them understand what the best scenario is. So that helps a lot. And then, like I said, if you can't do it in the moment while you're at the garage sale, doing it afterwards is always a good idea. Once we do that, we get to the garage sale and we always use the buddy system. They don't always have to hold hands unless we're going through a parking lot. They don't have to hold hands, but they do have to stick close to their buddy. They can look around the garage sale. My older kids know they have a little bit more freedom than the younger ones. I like to baby wear at least one or the other on my back or on my front or whatever. I love to do that. And then the other one I'll usually just have right next to me, or I'll have in a car seat that I can carry along with me. And so this has kind of made it a little bit easier to keep track of the little ones. As far as tips for when you're in the car, just know that when you're garage sailing, there's going to be a lot of driving involved. You're going to be driving from place to place trying to find the best deals, and sometimes everybody's going to get out, sometimes maybe only mom's going to get out, whatever it is. And so because of that, you want to make the car experience more fun if you want to encourage the morale of the group. So I usually try to get a fun audiobook or a CD they haven't listened to in a while, put that on in the car, bring snacks along and water bottles, nothing fancy, keep something in the car. I also sometimes will allow my kids to bring like 1, maybe 2 things in the car with them to play with. I don't want a lot of stuff because we don't want a huge mess in the van afterwards. Plus, if they buy something, then they're going to want to play with that. But we also take this opportunity to talk about respecting other people's property, to make sure that we're not, walking in their grass unnecessarily, or we're not touching anything breakable. But I want my kids to use this as an opportunity to learn how to interact with other people. I want them to learn that when they're going up and asking how much is something, or, would you take a little bit less, or paying for something, that I want them to use a voice that is loud, not screaming, but is loud enough that the person can hear you, that they're going to use firm handshakes. I want them to use those basic manners, and I want them to use those skills, and this is a great time to practice that. And especially because they're short interactions, you can try it, you can critique that and say, that was awesome, or maybe next time let's try this, and then they can go practice that skill right again. How many times do you get the opportunity to practice the same social skills over and over again within just a 10-minute difference or 15-minute difference? Another big tip for garage selling with kids: have a plan before you go out, people. Yes, you can drive around and just look for signs and stop randomly, and I've done that before and it works, but you're oftentimes going to end up frustrated, not finding what you like, maybe finding things that you like but you don't actually need, and your kids are oftentimes going to feel frustrated because it is long waits in between and you might go out for 2 hours and only find 3 garage sales. So I typically say shoot for finding groupings for yourself. Look for neighborhood garage sales, church garage sales, things like that where you know it's going to be worth your time to get out of the car, and hopefully ones where there's close together so that you can get the kids out of the car once instead of every few blocks, and you can get out once and you can walk the neighborhood with your kids. That is the ideal situation. If you're not in a position where you have a neighborhood garage sale going along, you can always look on Facebook and find and mark the ones that you want. Now, when you're on your way to those garage sales, then you can, if you see another one, you can definitely stop. It's not that you can't be spontaneous, but having at least a rough plan of what you're going to do will really save you a lot of time and headaches. So I hope that that is helpful to you guys. I would love to know if you guys go out garage selling regularly, what kind of lessons you like to work on with your kids for garage selling, and to drop those in the comments below. I love hearing that kind of stuff. Can't wait to talk to you guys next week. Bye.